Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Neha Taneja. I'm a public health specialist by profession but a mentor, educator and guide by passion. So today I've come up with a very important video for which I've received a lot of requests. It's about the difference between sampling and non-sampling errors. Now all of us are familiar with errors which are type 1 and type 2 error, which I've also discussed in my previous videos. But a lot of you students have doubts on what is sampling and what is non-sampling error. To be precise, what is random, what is non-random errors, what are systematic errors. So today I'm going to clarify your doubt on this particular topic. We'll be trying to understand this topic with the help of MCQs that have been asked in previous examination and also some of the expected MCQ from this topic. But before I begin, as you all know me, if you want to join any this is the Telegram group link. You can follow me on my Telegram group link. You can follow me on my Telegram channel link for PSM updates and MCQs discussion. Also, this is my Instagram account where I keep putting on videos and a lot of recent updates, everything. Also for my lectures on Unacademy, you can follow this link. And also for additional discount on Unacademy, you can use my code Dr. Neha 10 or PSM test 10. A little bit more, I am starting with the PSM mini revision series on Unacademy. It's absolutely free. We're doing it every day from 14th to 18th of December, 10 a.m. onwards. So tomorrow we have a class on epidemiology and screening. So you just have to download the Unacademy app and enter the link which is given in the description box below to watch that live free video where we'll be discussing a lot of MCQs on 16, 17, 18. These are the topics that will be discussed. So you can download the app and watch these free live classes. Previous year MCQs, expected MCQs, also with a lot of images. Also at Unacademy, we are starting a target next 2022 batch. That is starting from December to May. It's going to be a morning batch. 6 hours of PSM will be taught by me every day from 18th of January till 27th of January. So you can again subscribe to Unacademy. These are your wonderful educators who are going to teach you there. And it would be concept-wise discussion, doubt clearing sessions, coverage of all patterns of questions. Also, we are starting a target batch for FMG 2021, for which you can subscribe. It will be from 14 December 2020 to May 2021. These are your wonderful educators who will be teaching you. PSM will be taught by me, and you can again use code PSM10 or Dr. Neha 10 to get a 10% off on your subscription. These are the highlights of the batch. It will be concept-wise coverage of all subjects, important and high-yield, highly probable topics, discussion of all question patterns, and of course down clearing sessions. So what are you waiting for? Download the Unacademy app and subscribe now. Now let us begin with our topic for the day. So we'll try to understand this topic, sampling, non-sampling error, random and non-random error, with the help of certain MCQs. So the first MCQ that I've given you is, the assertion is, bias are systematic errors arising from this study. Reason, bias are mostly because of sampling variations. So your codes are A, both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Both A and R are true, but R is not a correct explanation of A. A is true, but R is false. A is false, but R is true. So what do you think is the right answer to this? Of course, the correct answer to this is A is true. Definitely bias are systematic errors which are arising from this study. But reason, bias are because of sampling variations? No, this statement is absolutely false. The correct answer to this is A is true but R is false. Bias are systematic errors, or we can call them non-sampling errors. Okay, these could be also called as non-sampling errors. These errors arise during designing of the study, collecting data, collecting measurements, doing analysis. But what are those errors that arise because of sampling variations? They are known as sampling errors. Sampling errors, or they are also known as, what we call them as, random errors. All right. Now over here, We are going to see just 1 minute later the exact difference between them. But when the errors arise due to sampling variations, it is known as sampling errors or random errors. When we talk about bias, those are systematic errors which are known as non-sampling errors, or also we can say they are non-random errors. All right, before we discuss it in detail, let's see one other MCQ. Which type of error can be reduced by increasing the sample size? Is it systematic error? Is it non-sampling error? Is it random error? Or it's both the errors? So by increasing the sample size, we can reduce random error, or what is also known as sampling error. Okay, bias is a systematic error or non-sampling errors. We cannot reduce them by increasing the sample size. Next question, which type of error is more serious? Random error, sampling error, systematic error, or all of the above? I've also given these questions earlier today on my Instagram for you to answer. So which type of error is more serious? It's systematic error, which is actually a bias that we commit during design or during analysis or during collection of data. All right, random errors or sampling errors arise due to chance. All right, they arise when my sample is not a correct representation or is not an accurate representation of the entire population. So let us see the difference between them. Look over here. Potential sources of error in estimating a population distribution using a sample. What are we actually doing? Suppose we have a population of say 10,000 university students. Now we want to study say addiction among these university students. We cannot study on all of these 10,000 students. So we take out small samples S1, S2, S3, S4. This sample, suppose the first one is of 500 students. This we are doing on say 600 students. This is being done on say 1000 students. So each of these sample we will be estimating a prevalence of addiction that will be known as a sample statistic. All right, and what do? From this sample statistic, we try to estimate what is known as a population parameter. Okay, we try to estimate a population parameter. So when that is, we try to estimate the prevalence of addiction among these 10,000 university students using this sample as statistic. All right, so when we are doing this, there are certain errors that we encounter. One is known as a sampling error and the other is known as a non-sampling error. Sampling error is when the sample is not the whole population. This arises because this sample might not be a correct representation of the entire population. So this is known as sampling error, or it is also known as random error. Non-sampling errors क्या होते हैं? These are systematic errors or the bias that we conduct. This could arise due to poor sampling method. You adopted the wrong sampling method, or you made some mistakes while collecting data or while measuring data. All right, or it could be due to behavioral effects. So these are non-sampling errors or systematic errors, or these are non-random errors. Am I clear, everybody? A little bit of detail more. Look over here. There are two types of errors that can arise when a sample of observation is taken from a population. Sampling error is difference between sample and population. They exist only because of the observations that happen to be selected from the sample. The sample might not be a correct representation, or we have taken lesser sample size. Okay, so if we increase the sample size, we can reduce this type of error. But when we talk about non-sampling error, this is a much serious error which arises due to mistakes made in acquisition of data or due to sample observations being selected improperly. Like I told you, increasing the sample size will not reduce this type of error. All right, so let's go back to these questions once again and try to understand them. Like the first one was, bias or systematic errors arising from this study. Exactly correct. It's a non-sampling error or non-random errors. But are they because of sampling variation? No. This was asked in AIMS paper 1. They are not because of sampling variations. That's because of faulty techniques, errors in data collection, questionnaire, analysis type that are increasing. Next was which can be reduced by increasing the sample size. So of course, random error or sampling error can be reduced because they are when samples are not correct representation of the representatives of the population. So you increase the sample size, you can reduce this type of error. And which type of error is more serious? A systematic error. So I hope I've tried to make you clear the sampling versus non-sampling error or random versus non-random error. These are very important topics which are asked in your entrances. So if you like this video, do hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and if there's any other video that you want to watch, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. See you all again soon. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. do attend a free live session on epidemiology and screening at Unacademy app. Use code PSM10 to unlock your free plan. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys.